Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
For the second time in a week, a Metro Detroit police agency opens fire on a suspect they say was armed. Today, Leavonia police shot an armed 31-year-old man inside a cell phone business. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Investigators say the suspect pulled out a gun and pointed at the officer. It happened this afternoon in the area of 5 Mile and Middle Belt. Victor Williams joins us live tonight. Victor, this happened really suddenly.
That's right, Kimberly, and really life was just interrupted with this taking place. You can even see the seriousness of this with these bullet holes right here. A lot of the people that saw this were surprised that they were able to witness it all playing out.
This is just so shocking to me. Like, I'm taking my lady out to the dinner and the gunshots are ringing.
Tonight, a 31-year-old man is recovering in the hospital after being shot by Leavonia police in broad daylight.
I was parked in the parking lot across the street, and it was 8 gunshots. It was 3, pop, 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 then a space, and then 5 more consecutive shots.
Police say the suspect was aggressively waving a gun in front of the cell phone repair store, causing people to call 911. When cops made it to the scene, that's when the suspect allegedly pointed the weapon towards the officers.
The next thing we heard was a whole bunch of shots and a girl running from the store, and we helped her get into Sable Bar and Grill, and next thing we know, a whole bunch of police came showed up.
We didn't think it was real. I am a firearm guy, and I still, when it's in real life, you don't really expect it to be real.
The response from other law enforcement in the area, urgent to say the least.
After the shots were fired, conservatively, the first police officer that came down was probably doing 65.
The damage done to the cell phone repair store's window shows just how chaotic the shooting was, even if it was just for a few moments.
There's blood everywhere. There's holes through the windows. And it's just kind of scary. It's something that you don't typically ever get in this type of Leavonia.
We're told the suspect is stable, at least for now, but once he's able to make a recovery, he's expected to face several charges in the matter.
Well, I hope the guy makes it, and I hope that he learned his lesson, I suppose.
Now the good news, if anything, is that no cops were injured in this entire situation, but investigators are trying their best to figure out the motive as well as the backstory of the suspect. Live in Leavonia tonight, Victor Williams, Local 4.
Okay, Victor, thank you. And as we mentioned, this is the second time this week police in Metro Detroit opened fire on a suspect. On Tuesday in Shelby Township, police shot and killed a 41-year-old man near a coffee shop. Police say the man pulled out a gun, and that's when he was shot. The Macomb County Sheriff's Office has taken over that investigation. All right, our other top story is the weather. A live look at the Detroit riverfront. Another day of poor air quality. An air quality advisory is set to end at midnight.
Thank goodness. It looks better at night, I got to say. Let's get right over to Ron Hilliard in for Kim Adams tonight. Ron, just how bad are things out there at this hour?
Ty and Kimberly, we are seeing some improvement. Now, the air is still going to be bad even after midnight once that advisory lifts, but we have seen some improvement already. The visibility was really low earlier. Now, this is the camera from Southfield looking toward downtown. This is the new Hudson Tower right there with those lights. Here's a different vantage point of that building. Just earlier, you could not see hardly anything out there from that camera view. So there's that building right there. You can see it all the way from Southfield tonight. So there is some improvement, at least in part of Southeast Michigan. I want to show you what these temps are showing right now. We're in the lower to mid 60s, really close to normal today with those temps out there. Look at this. Visibility still down to 2 miles in Ann Arbor. Same for Adrian. 1 mile in Monroe. But as you go into our northern communities, well, you start to see more improvement. The air is still an issue right here in Metro Detroit. I'm going to talk about when we start to see even more improvement besides what we have right now, coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, Ron, we'll see you in just a bit. Thank you. New at 11, a measles exposure alert tonight for anyone who visited a Rochester Hills medical building this week.
Yeah, the Oakland County Health Department says people who were at the medical offices on Rochester Road and South Boulevard may have been exposed to the highly contagious virus on Tuesday. That exposure window runs from 8 in the morning until 7:30 that night. High-risk individuals, including pregnant women, unvaccinated kids under 5, and people with weakened immune systems can get treatment within 6 days of exposure. Everyone else should watch for symptoms through June 24th. That's when you would know if you had come down with the virus at that point.
A Royal Oak woman is behind bars tonight, charged with killing her own daughter. 45-year-old Jennifer Cataldo faces life in prison for the murder of 66-year-old Leslie Cataldo. Police say the elder woman called for help Wednesday night, telling officers her daughter was having a mental health emergency. When officers got there at the Crooks Road apartment, they found the mother unresponsive with a severe neck wound. She died yesterday at the hospital. Her daughter was arrested at the scene. She remains in custody without bond. 2 people are in custody for allegedly planning to shoot up a high school graduation in Pontiac.
This could have been so bad. Oakland County Sheriff's deputies say the 2 suspects were involved in a fight on Tuesday at the Arts and Technology Academy of Pontiac's graduation ceremony. Deputies responding to the UWM Sports Complex and found the suspects hiding 2 guns under cars in the parking lot, each loaded with 40 rounds of ammunition. Investigators later learned about a threat posted to Snapchat to shoot up that ceremony.
And I believe probably prevented a mass shooting. When you consider the weapons that were there, the individuals that were involved who have a history of being involved with weapons and violence.
Both suspects do have criminal histories, as you heard the sheriff just mention there. One is currently on probation for a weapons offense. Charges are expected to be filed over the weekend. We'll keep you posted.
An arrest is made in connection to the shooting of Detroit rapper Skilla Baby. That shooting happened May 22nd near 8 Mile Road in Centrala. Police say 26-year-old Trayvon Gardner, known professionally as Skilla Baby, was shot 3 times while driving and crashed his car. He did survive, of course. Investigators were able to identify the suspect's vehicle and took that person into custody Tuesday. He has not been named by police, but he faces several gun charges. The case is being reviewed by the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office.
A Monroe man is facing federal charges after prosecutors say he called in a fake bomb threat to a Spirit Airlines flight. 23-year-old John Charles Robinson is accused of making the call on Thursday morning after missing his flight to Los Angeles. The plane was grounded, searched by bomb-sniffing dogs, but no explosives were found. FBI agents arrested Robinson when he returned to catch another flight. No word on why he made that threat. He is now out on bond.
All right, we're following breaking news just into the Local 4 newsroom here, and this is big. A federal judge has approved a landmark ruling that will transform college sports forever. So starting next month, universities can now pay their athletes directly, up to $20.5 million per school over the next year. The historic settlement also includes $2.7 billion to be paid to former players over the next decade. While top football and basketball players stand to benefit the most from this, the changes raise concerns, of course, about the future of walk-on athletes and Olympic sports programs, among other things.
Yeah, that is huge. Well, the latest now on the growing public rift between former allies President Trump and Elon Musk. After a day of social media attacks, back and forth counterattacks, the president is now downplaying the conflict. A White House official says the president may sell or give away that red Tesla he bought back in March, which still sits outside the West Wing. Aboard Air Force One tonight, reporters pressed the president about his relationship with the Tesla CEO. Listen.
What's your view on Elon Musk as of today? I mean, have you heard from him at all?
Honestly, I've been so busy working on China, working on Russia, working on Iran, working on so many things. I'm not thinking about Elon.
On the China,
I just wish him well.
Musk appears to be softening his stance as well, agreeing with social media posts calling for peace between the 2 men.
Motor City Pride is back at Hart Plaza this weekend in downtown Detroit. The event celebrates the LGBTQ community with more than 150 entertainers and a variety of food vendors. This year's event will feature a Pride parade and a special focus on the history of the Pride movement. Celebrity Grand Marshal Jai Rodriguez will join the festivities along with performers such as Z Machine. Admission is $5. The Farmington Hills community came together once again to honor a family's resilience and remember a father's legacy.
Yeah, this is the 14th annual Cipriano Classic. Brought 203 people to the streets on Friday. The event event honors Robert Cipriano, who was killed in a home invasion in 2012, and it celebrates the ongoing recovery of his wife Rose and son Sal. This year's classic raised more than $500,000 to help with the family's medical expenses.